Going on, everybody? This is Sleepless Mike of Raw Dog Sports. I am back for day 5 of 32 on my mock draft series. So today we are doing the Giants. They are the 5th pick in the draft, and they have a very interesting option here. A lot of mock drafts you will see out there are going to show the Giants probably trading down. If they're doing trades, I know Giants fans probably want to trade down. I don't know if there's anybody there at 5 that positionally value high enough to take right there. Maybe receiver. We'll talk about it here in a little bit, but I want to say thank you to all of our servicemen and women fighting overseas. Got myself another ripper today. Got one of these orange bad boys. Do your job quick, stay safe, get home fast. We appreciate you. We love you, and we're gonna keep doing these mock drafts because that's really all I can do to support you guys at this point is make content, hopefully that you can enjoy in those leisure downtimes. But ooh, CYPX kind of fucking slaps. That's like a fucking orange creamsicle. Damn, that's good. All right, guys. So we are going to do our mock draft. Once again, I did not prep all the way enough. I thought I had everything done. I did not. I got to show you the mock draft page. There we go. We need that. Otherwise, this doesn't work. So we got 7 rounds. Giants on the clock. None of this stuff has been changed. Let's enter the draft. There's been some crazy shit that has happened at the top of this draft over the last couple of days while we've been doing these mock drafts. Jeremiah Love has gone in the top 5 basically every time. So let's see if that happens here. Jeremiah Love did go in the top 5, went 3rd. All right. Listen, I love Jeremiah Love. I think he's going to be a really fucking good player. That's really high, especially with the signing of, not James Conner. Kid from Atlanta. I just forgot his name. It'll come to me later. Anyways, the Giants are on the clock now. And there's so many options here. I say wide receiver, guard, linebacker, and safety. I mean, there are so many options here to probably trade down. I got 7 teams wanting to come up and trade down. Let's see. I guess I got 2 that I would even consider if I'm the Giants, the 12 and 17, depending on what the haul could be. But I'm not going to do trades. I'm gonna stick and I'm gonna pick. The Giants fans will probably not love that, but that's what we're doing. So, with that in mind, you get John Harbaugh in, and what they've done in free agency has been pretty good. They've attacked the offensive side of the ball. Isaiah Likely goes there on a 3-year deal. I mean, that was kind of a foregone conclusion. You get Jordan Stout, who is a punter. Jermaine Edmonds, linebacker, signs a 3-year deal. Darnell Mooney signs a 1-year deal. Jermaine Olumenor, I think that's how you say it. Olumenor, just re-signed their right tackle. Had a really good year last year. Shockingly, actually, their line played much better last year. Calvin Austin III signed there. Evan Neal, it's a depth signing. Patrick Ricard, kicker. Isaiah Hodges is a depth. Ardarius Washington, depth. Greg Newsome signs there. He's a potential starting corner for you. He's also played in the slot before. He's not necessarily great in the slot, but he's played there before. Micah McFadden, depth. Okay, so most of this other stuff here is depth. So they've not really done anything that kind of closes them off from doing something spectacular with this top pick. That defense is pretty goddamn good. I mean, you just add, Jermaine Edmonds. You got a really nice couple of options here. The safety room, I don't know if we want to replace the Tyler Nubin or, man, it would be an idea to go corner, but Mansour Delane, I feel like that would require a trade down as well. So with the signing of Edmonds, let's see. Would he play next to Micah McFadden as an inside linebacker in 3-4? Would Sonny Styles fit that? I don't know. Maybe I don't love that. God, this is making more and more like we should maybe go Mansour Delane. Doesn't necessarily meet a need that they have down here. Safety is a need, and Caleb Downs is here. I did mock Caleb Downs yesterday. You know what? Actually, I like him a lot more than Mansour Delane. It meets the team needs, so I'm going to mock him here again. Caleb Downs is a fucking dog. I don't care about the potential knee thing, which I believe is real. Like I have met the writer who wrote that piece about him possibly having a degenerative knee issue. Seems like a really nice guy, pretty genuine guy. I imagine he does his homework. So, but sometimes that shit doesn't matter. Caleb Downs is a really goddamn good football player. So I'm going Caleb Downs at 5 to the Giants. Now we're rolling on to 37. All right. So guard sitting right here, Pregnon. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to try to not mock the same people all the time, but the Giants need a guard. He's sitting right here, and he's the second best one in this draft, and he's really fucking good. Could potentially sneak into the first round. So that's where we're going. Pregnon to the Giants at pick 37. Now we got a long way to go. We're going all the way to 105. A lot of shit happened in between there. So far, the picks are Caleb Downs and Emmanuel Pregnon. We got safety, guard, positional value. Giants fans are going to hate me, but I'm okay with that. Getting into this later section, though. Not interior offensive line. Linebacker. 105. You got a couple options here. Keyshawn Elliott and Deontay Lawson has had good production. I mean, you could probably slot him next to Edmonds on the inside because he's not gonna rush the passer. The Giants already have really good pass rush options and fucking Brian Burns and Kevon Thibodeau, and there's a lot of depth in different ways that they rush the passer. So I mean, adding an extra piece would be okay, but I don't. You're not going to find a linebacker at this stage that is really good at doing both. You consider edge. I just don't love the value here. Now, Nadame Tucker at 143 would be awesome. I just don't know if that's going to be available. Wide receiver. There are some really good wide receivers probably still available. Yeah. Okay, so not as many as I thought, but Jacoby Lane is a guy that I like a little later on as well. 120. But that, so you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with Jacoby Lane right here. Really good receiver, in my opinion. Has had multiple years of high production. Now, the touchdowns go down a little bit, but he was also competing for targets with Mekhi Lemon. He is a big kid, 6'4, 200. And honestly, he doesn't look like he weighs 200 pounds. He looks pretty thin. So he could probably even like grow into his body a little bit more. So that will give the Giants a really nice, bigger body wide receiver option opposite of Neighbors. So let's go Jacoby Lane here. I may have brought the Giants fans back a little bit with that. We'll see. All right, so we got Downs, Pregnon, and Lane in the books. Got 4 picks left. This is a quicker mock, so this one will not be like a whole 20 minutes, hopefully. But let's get back into it. 143, Giants on the clock. All right. We got safety, guard, wide receiver. I've addressed 3 of those needs. Linebacker is a need. You could probably consider some depth. I mean, 143, we're talking about depth signings. Burton talked about yesterday. Just went wide receiver. Don't need a quarterback or a tight end. So probably going to look to the defensive side of the ball. Thaddeus Dixon will probably not be there at 185 when this comes around. I like Thaddeus Dixon quite a bit. Canada, I like. Canada had a great year. Okay. I'm going to go corner here. And since Thaddeus Dixon is a guy that I like, can play a little bit of everywhere. Give Harbaugh another piece on the defensive side. I mean, they have a lot of interesting things that they can do. Very multiple on their defense. They're 3-4. They rush interesting packages. Now I don't know how that's going to look with the coaching change, but I mean they kept the same base premise, I believe, staying with a 3-4. So they should be very creative. Harbaugh's always been very creative, even though I know he's not a defensive coach. He's a special teams coach. All right, back into this bad boy. 185 on the clock. Corner, no, I just addressed corner. We got safety, guard, wide receiver, corner. Oh, no. Guard again, maybe. Owen Heineke, huh? Okay, you know what? This could work. Heineke could work here. Linebacker meets a need. Decent little player. I mean, he's not a guy that you're going to keep on the field for 3 downs. He's going to have to earn everything as a special teamer to start, but maybe he works in as rotation or a solid special teamer. And at 185, that's a pretty good player. I'm going to go Heineke here. It is a need. I don't know that he would be able to hop in and start anytime soon, but he's not a bad player. All right, moving on to 191 and then 192 to finish this thing out. Oh man, and then getting down in here, things get a little wild. Man, this Tyron Montgomery kid, I feel so bad that he didn't get an opportunity to go to the combine because he looked good at senior. Like, I think he just such a small. I mean, the John Carroll Blue Streaks were not exactly a team that you would know about. So Tyron kind of getting a little shade, not getting an invite to the combine sucks. I do think that he will at some point still get drafted. It will be very much in the back end. And you know what? He's a bigger receiver as well. 6'1". He's not as big as Jacoby Lane. Could double up receiver. It says it is the number 1 need. There's an Oscar Delp right here. You could help pair tight ends. Nah, you don't need that. Yeah, you know what? We are going to go with Tyron Montgomery right here. Double up on wide receiver, as you know, PFF says it's the biggest need. I don't know that I agree with that all the way. I think there's a lot of depth there, but there's a lot of like 3s and 4s. Obviously, Malik Neighbors fucking dog, right? But behind that, Slayton is at best a 2. Mooney can be a 2. Calvin Austin's a 3. Like Isaiah Hodges is a 4. Jalen Hyatt, I know that there was some hope. I don't think that's going to fucking pan out at all. Like you guys have a ton of receivers. So bringing in 2 would make no sense. So I can't do that, even though I do think that it would be a really nice piece to add and kind of gives you a backup to the Jacoby Lane. So let's find some depth here. Let's go Amaj, Reed, Adams. So we got to stay and get some additional depth. I was going to do it at wide receiver. There's a guard right here. Let's do that instead. And I'll stay right back on the clock at 192. I could always go back to the receiver. I mean, Theo Johnson's a pretty good, inline tight end. Let's see. Lorenzo Styles making an appearance in there. Harold Perkins. You know what? This is a flyer that they could take a run on. Good pass rush. This is going to be an outside linebacker depth piece here that you can get late. This, I think, would be a pretty decent. I feel like Harold Perkins could be a nice fit for them and would fit in the scheme as well. So we're going to finish this thing off 192. Harold Perkins. His average draft position is much higher here than their rank. We're kind of right in the middle at 192. We'll see the way that thing grades out. But Harold Perkins for the last pick at 192. Yeah, so I went Jacoby Lane. I thought I should have went somewhere else, but we go Caleb Downs, B minus, Bregnon, A minus, Lane, they did not love, C minus, Dixon, they did not love, D minus, Heineke, B, Reed Adams there at the end, that A, and then Perkins, C minus. All right, so once again, PFF did not love this one, B minus. I'm bottom 37% of drafts for the Giants. So, you know what? That's not perfect. That ain't great. But Giants fans, let me know. Where would you have gone? I'm assuming a lot of you would have wanted to trade down Caleb Downs. You get an additional pick. You can do a lot more things to help kind of build a more cohesive offense as you build around Jackson Dart. But let me know in the comments, guys. Or did you like going defense early? Are you expecting them to go defense early? But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you've been tuning in to the series, I cannot thank you enough. That is the wrong. That's also wrong. That's the right one. Can I thank you guys enough if you've been tuning into these? I've been having a good time doing it. They only take about 20 minutes. So it's been a lot of fun. Appreciate all of you. Time is the most valuable thing that you have. So anytime that you give something to me or anybody at the No Sleeves Network, I am forever grateful. But with that, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow for another mock draft. See ya!